One of the services you provide is giving people something to talk about. Let them talk. It makes them happy. It makes them feel good. They don't believe half the shit they say. People want to talk. Yeah.
Okay. Happy Margarita Day.
Hey.
Ain't no damn margaritas over here.
don't.
Ain't no margaritas. We sipping yak.
I have water today.
And guess what? We got bougie this week, man. They got me notes. Remember the last show I said they didn't give me no notes or nothing? They started printing shit out.
We came prepared.
Yeah,
we got
so-
him some notes.
Yeah, due to no notes a week ago, we didn't have a show. So
We did have a show.
So we're going to talk about... First of all, we're going to apologize for not having a show up last week.
First of all, this is
Paper ran out.
literally what you do.
Paper ran
You know what
out.
I'm saying?
Our videographer
Black
did
owned
not...
businesses, okay?
Black-owned
If we
businesses.
was of the pink persuasion, none of this would have happened.
So
Okay,
we sat
right
here.
now.
We did a whole show for y'all last
whole
week.
show.
And at the end, it was like, but ain't no sound.
Trademark on that pink.
it was a good show too.
I'm sorry, wait, what? What you mean we got no sound?
Trademark on that pink persuasion.
So we apologize for that. But we back. So we're gonna call it a
Intermission.
intermission, a Black History Month break.
Yeah. Yeah, Black History ain't been going too good for us.
It's not been
This
going
shit, y'all,
good.
That shit, y'all crazy.
Y'all.
Y'all.
Okay.
Y'all
All
crazy.
right.
Ooh, they out here wilding.
Okay, sure.
But note, shout out to Miss Cardi B for that new record. That Please Me is on something.
The song's called Exposed.
Stop it. Stop it.
I read through what's called Exposed.
Why?
That's what I heard.
Why did you know?
Shout out to Bruno Mars. Good song, Bruno.
Let me hear you say
Not
it.
Bruno Mars' song.
It is.
Yes.
Cardi B featuring Bruno. It was a return favor. She hopped on that finesse. He hopped on that Please Me. And here we are.
Shout out to my daughter.
Happy
birthday,
girl.
Happy birthday. Well, her birthday's tomorrow, but the 23rd should be 11. Make sure you cash app 2 MCs if you would like to give. And this for the rest of
FYO
this is the
ESP4
whole Pisces joint. So if you don't see this until Tuesday, like, dang, I missed her birthday. It's
still
okay.
time.
Okay.
You're not too late.
Cash app 2 MCs, TWOEMCEES. There it is. Nothing less than $5 because I ain't got time. All right.
Another
Yeah,
quick
she
little.
gonna finally get that Xbox.
And shout out to my real hair.
Ew.
Okay.
Ew.
And my baby hairs. Y'all can't really see them on screen, but they here.
They
Mm-hmm.
The baby
I'm growing
hairs is
them.
on
I'm
fleek.
spraying rice
The
water
edges is
around the
off.
edges.
Rice water?
Yeah. Tell you about that.
Okay. All
Tell you
right.
about that.
And we're still looking for that 100th subscriber.
We climbing up though. We up to 20,
we
I
climbing
think.
up. We get the views.
to 20.
The views are creeping up, but y'all ain't subscribing. So click subscribe
Y'all
and
keep
like
getting me,
and
y'all
share.
I keep hitting
We
me in my
appreciate
inbox
you
talking about
watching
where's it
though.
at.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. We appreciate
All you
all
gotta
the
do is
support that we
All you
are
have to
getting.
do is subscribe and tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a
Tell
friend.
a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend and all of that. So.
Shout out to.
Oh,
No shout out.
no.
Oh wait, it's Taishia's birthday. Happy birthday, Taishia.
Ew. Happy birthday.
Who was that?
See,
Don't worry about it. Just say happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Okay.
She must be a subscriber. Happy birthday.
Hey.
She is.
Hey.
Okay.
Hey.
Good. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Yeah, we got something for you.
Alright, what we doing today? Oh wait, you wanted to say something.
Oh yeah. So I wanted to say, I just forgot.
Gonna take this. That right there.
I'm sorry. Right. What?
See if it come back to
We
him.
just started.
I feel like I'm not in the frame.
You in the front?
You in the frame.
Okay, because
And them
it's
cheekbones.
looking real.
And looking little.
Yee and the wing show around here. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure this out. Okay.
No, you in the frame.
Just make sure.
All right. Did it pop back in, or we gonna come back to it?
It didn't pop back in. That's crazy. What's going on here? I feel like
What are we talking about?
I feel like
Was it your office? Whatever
No.
you wanted to say.
the old lady with the dementia, B Smith.
Oh Lord.
You
Moving on.
I'm getting that B. Smith.
I'm not in this.
This week's topic is, we're going to get into this week's topic. We ready?
Please do,
Y'all
so
ready?
we can cut his ass off at the pass.
So, we're going to give y'all a little disclaimer. Might get a little wild.
It's going to get very wild.
You might not like it. But, you know, fuck all that. Fuck your opinion. So,
Right.
here we are. So this week's topic is, are you a sheep? We're trying to understand why some people don't, and for those who do, encourage them to continue to be independent thinkers.
So I was the one that really kind of wanted to talk about this week. The Jussie Smollett issue is just, it's everywhere, right? And one of the problems that I had, and I'm going to try not to make this part about Jussie, but I'm just trying to give y'all just some information of where we got it from. Everybody just kind of heard, in my opinion, certain buzzwords. Like they heard
Gay.
Gay.
Let me just insert real quick, because she used Jussie Smollett, but it's about any, basically any big thing that you hear, any big thing, but it's Me Too, Black Lives Matter, Jussie Smollett, whatever. All of those things kind of fall into
like
this.
You hear certain buzzwords, and you just some people automatically just jump on this bandwagon of, well, it has to be true, especially if there is a victim involved. And I did my air quotes because I have no problem of, with a victim being a victim, but can we just make sure
that
first,
the victim is the victim,
or if there's no way to make sure, because we're listening through third-party information like
the media,
just wait until you yourself has had a time to really like organize your thoughts, because I feel like that's what's not happening right now. Like, people are just deciding, okay, if it's somebody that they like, somebody that they, fuck with the long way, or if they don't like them, or they've heard about things in the news about them, like they just be on that Kanan, like he did that shit.
So there's no, so which is the general.
There's no middle ground.
There's no middle ground.
There's no thinking for yourself.
It's the minute you're accused, you're guilty.
That's
so,
and I think that's so crazy, because black folks are the first to be like
guilty.
Where's the due process? What happened?
We used to be. Where's the due process?
Yeah, it's innocent until proven guilty.
Where's the innocent until proven guilty? Yeah. But now it
used to be that. But now, depending on whatever the case is,
now they show up outside my main
it's
studio.
Automatically
Everything.
Whoa!
So
we knew.
So we gonna get into we knew
you was gonna bring that. I knew you was gonna try to.
We're gonna get into that in a minute, though.
Listen.
Hold that thought. So we're gonna go into this first kind of area of this Are You a Sheep, which is, why is it that if I don't agree with you, I must agree with them?
Right.
If you say, or if the story is,
studio audience, I wish I was Savage.
If the story is
glasses and all.
If the story is A is accused of doing B to C, if I don't automatically agree or believe the very first narrative that is put out there, then I must believe the accused. Yeah. I must be on the side of the accused and not the accuser.
Why is that? I seriously need answers. I need a hypothetical reason, I need something as to why people are always like they just jump automatically to, like, if you're not on my side, then you're totally against
What do you mean you don't agree with this? What do you mean you don't agree with this? She said this happened. Or he said this happened.
But it's only in certain situations, right?
Okay.
So, like, Rihanna and Chris Brown Bow Wow and whatever.
Sierra.
Keondae or whatever.
Okay. Oh, look, I said Sierra. Lord, my bad. My abort.
I don't know what her name is.
It was just so natural.
Okay,
Or
now,
Kiyomi, something
for
like
the
that.
record, Chris Brown did that shit. I'm just saying. But, like, I really do think a lot of people was just sitting there, and it's no excuse for any person. I'm not going to say a man. I hate when people do that. Like, men
It's
shouldn't
not
put their
gender
hands
specific.
on women.
Nobody should put their hands on
Keep
anybody.
your hands to yourself.
Everybody.
Everybody. But when it happened, it was just like, you know, she was like, no one had any type of sympathy for him at all.
Right. It was.
And nobody looked at certain situations,
The possibilities of what could have happened in that car.
You know, when you talk like this, the first thing some people do is like, oh, even if she provoked, or even if she did this, he was supposed to keep his hands to herself. What? What?
Dinner.
Oh.
Excuse us.
But like, everybody just kind of condemned him, and you know, even though he didn't do that shit.
And that's the thing. So basically, it's everybody, like you said, is guilty until proven innocent, and not to say that some people aren't guilty, but it's before you have any information about what has happened, what might have happened, what could have potentially happened, what likely could have happened. Before we even get to what actually happened, which most of the time we never do, because we're only going to get parts of the truth, because only the people that were there know exactly what happened, and they're not going to put all of that information out.
Well, my theory is the reason why a lot of people just kind of jump to the conclusion of, like, they take on particular sides immediately is because they put themselves in the position of the victim. You don't know how many times I've heard a person say, well, I've been a victim of domestic abuse, or I've been a victim of sexual assault, or I've been a victim of racial discrimination, or I've been a victim of X,
So it's
Y, and
automatically.
Z. So it's automatic.
Yeah, you're biased. You're automatically back in your situation.
Right.
And
but it's not about you. It's not about you. And we're not saying that it couldn't have happened. We're not saying that it did or didn't go down the way that you think it happened.
Right. It's why am I wrong for being objective?
That's all.
Why am I wrong for being objective and waiting until I have more information before I make a decision on which way
came out with
I want to
Rihanna.
go.
You know what I thought, and I remember it was like either 2008, 2009. So what are we talking about? Like 10 years ago?
Was it that long ago?
Yes.
Yep.
I remember I was working in Virginia. I was teaching in Virginia at the time. And so...
Fact check that, Big Happy. Fact check. You fact check everything else.
Hey,
it was like 2008, 2009. I'm not sure... How old is Chris Brown?
Like
31, 2, something like that.
31, 32. Okay. The first thing I remember thinking was, first, how tragic it was. Definitely, I was concerned for her well-being. I was concerned for his well-being. But I thought, these are two kids. These are two kids. Yes, he's 21. But y'all cannot sit up here. Y'all grown folks sitting up here trying to act like y'all wasn't doing dumb shit at 21.
One doing dumb shit at 21.
Like, I just thought these were
y'all
two.
still doing dumb shit at 50.
Hello? But, like, I just really remember thinking to myself, like, this was two kids that was really, like, involved in this heavy, deep relationship that they probably should not have been.
Severely emotional.
And they just kind of, it just, like, their emotions
just got the best of them.
And even though I don't have a son, you know, I do have a brother, and I just remember, like, you know, just him making just really dumb decisions. Me, myself, at 21, making really dumb decisions. At 21, I absolutely was hitting guys. I was absolutely hitting guys at 21 under the impression that they shouldn't hit me back.
And they bet not.
And they bet not. But what was
and there are a lot of women out there doing that,
was I wrong for that? Absolutely I was wrong for laying my hands on it, because let me tell you something, when you get into this habit of just laying your hands on anybody, you can't jump up and tell them how they should react
Respond
in that
to
moment.
absolutely.
Right.
If
Absolutely.
you're not thinking correctly, why you gonna jump up and say?
How you gonna put your hands on them and then expect them to think completely logically and all of that?
I just know that now, 10 years later, there are still some adults that are 10, 15, 20 years older than Chris Brown, like,
Doing the same stupid shit.
He's a woman beater, and he's a this, and he's a that, and I'm just like,
But wait.
yo, like, I haven't heard of any more situations where that has happened. I believe he went to counseling for that.
Counseling, he did.
You know, he went to anger management. He did a lot of work on himself, not just as an artist. I really think as a person. But like, people is just like,
And people will not let him grow from it, which
That's
goes
it.
into the other topic we had
But-
last week. It was like, you can't, for whatever reason, you can't move from your past. We want people to grow and improve, but then we see them do that, and we throw their past in their face. So it's like, but you did. So, you know, but we're not going to get into that again today.
and of course, if I don't just agree that Chris, and then we brought up Bow Wow and his situation.
Mhm.
Okay, for whatever reason, because and I saw some women, because they had been in abusive relationships, they just automatically, now here it is, Bow Wow, he got bruises, scratches, whatever. I'm seeing people come up with 100 different reasons of why he could not have been the victim.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because he's a guy.
Because he's a man.
Because they was yelling at each other in an elevator.
Mm-hmm.
When did yelling become hidden? I'm just really trying to figure this out. And but even before that footage came out, like, people just automatically, and it's just like, okay, if you gonna jump up and side with Rihanna 10 years ago, and still 10 years later, and she didn't forgave the man. I believe I've seen a couple pictures of them yip yapping and talking and laughing. Mm-hmm. Okay, but then when it comes down to Bow Wow and is he still on my Bow Wow?
He's
Yeah, just Bow Wow,
Yeah, just without the little
Shaq.
Bow Wow.
Mm-hmm.
When
Big
it comes
Bow
down
Wow
to Shad and his lady, it was like, it's not possible. It is completely 100% not possible that he could be in an abusive relationship because he was yelling at her in an elevator, or just the fact that he's a guy, period. I just saw so many people making jokes but if you don't join in with the jokes, and if you don't join in on the bandwagon of he couldn't be in an abusive relationship because she's a woman, and because you know she can't be the aggressor, then I must be on the side of abusers. And to that I say, most of the time I'm in Bowie, if anybody would like to argue.
So then that takes us into
Yeah, this is it.
this next. He just not. We're gonna get you in here.
Yeah.
Takes us into this next area of Are You a Sheep, which is if I question the accuser's version of events.
Can we get the question out?
Am I reading the same list?
I went to number 3 instead of number 2.
Okay, my bad.
Because it made more sense.
Dang, you know.
If I question the accuser's
Give me
version
notes.
of events,
Follow the notes in there.
now I'm victim shaming.
Now see, let me tell
Now
you
I'm victim
something.
shaming.
I'm so
Because
sick
because
of
you
the term
said it,
victim shaming,
it's
I don't even know what to do
automatically
with myself.
100% the truth. There
I
is
get it.
no room
So
for
tired of that.
alternative.
I got death threats and everything when it came to Jesse. I knew that nigga was lying off back.
Wait a minute. Who was doing death threats?
You wrote yourself a death threat. So we can use Jussie Smollett. We can use
Either that.
your favorite case right now,
Either that. Either victim shaming or you a troll.
or you're a troll.
I get trolled all the time.
Either you're victim
nigga, I'm
shamed
serious.
or you're a troll.
I mean,
Because you want to be objective and maybe play devil's advocate, which you can't play devil's advocate when
At
somebody's
all.
a victim.
Right.
without diving into this R. Kelly situation. Oh Lord, I'm about to dip my big toe into the water of R. Kelly. The topic of R. Kelly.
Real quick, 30 seconds.
I have a friend who made a comment on Facebook that he basically was still going to listen to R. Kelly's music.
That's
As
me.
am I.
That's me.
Okay. And somebody actually put in the comments that they wished that him and his kids would die.
Oh, wow.
Now, you got to
That's
be
crazy.
all
That's too
kinds
far.
of crazy.
That's too
crazy.
far.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's too far.
That's crazy.
But, like,
That's too far.
here we go.
Here's the
If
thing.
I don't agree with
Right.
you, because people saw the documentary, which, by the way, I did not subject myself to that bullshit.
Me either. For
Okay.
why?
I don't know why y'all insisted on disturbing y'all goddamn peace for 3 days.
Okay.
Your personal peace
And your
for 3
emotions
days.
all up and riled.
Well,
and
whatever.
angry.
Especially with shit y'all already knew was going on,
Shit
but
you
whatever.
already knew.
Okay. But now, so he was just saying, my friend was just saying that, you know, regardless of, now he said he was totally able to admit and say out loud that there's something wrong with that nigga. There's absolutely something wrong. R. Kelly, you know, he needs prison, he need help, he need all that. He
Therapy,
did that shit. But he was also saying
exorcism.
that he was able to separate, like,
Man from artist.
man from artist, or at the very least, I don't even think it's that serious to say all of that. He just likes the
He just likes the
music.
music.
Like, and here's the thing. Here's the part that I think a lot of people aren't really saying out loud. Like, I don't think nobody looking for no R. Kelly music. Like, ain't nobody being like, you know what?
Right. I'm going to go. Because mine is on. It's the artist.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but I think that
Even though his sales did
people
go up
have-
after the joint.
people have, you know, you
Because
got
it piques people's
YouTube,
interest.
you
People
got,
didn't know.
you have your automatic playlist, and we'll talk about the playlist because people don't want to admit that
And-
It's in their playlist.
that it's in their
I'm gonna tell you,
playlist.
I have a first generation iPod. And when I got it, I put all of my CDs on. I said,
Here's
download
my
all of them,
thing.
put them on my iPod.
Here's my thing.
And then a couple R. Kelly albums
Here's
on
my
it.
thing. And I'm not going to dive deep. I'm
So
gonna say this. I'm gonna say this.
scared.
We
Say
ain't
this. Look,
got time,
look,
thank God.
look.
Scared.
What I hear in this music and what you hear in the music, it could be two different things.
It's-
Don't tell me.
it's
I had a
pretty
person.
different.
I had a person told me, say, you listen to, you remind me of Jeep. You don't think of a young kid? No, I don't.
No, I don't either.
No.
I never did.
No, I don't.
No.
I never
Right.
really, as much as I know, like he's singing a song and he's singing to a woman and saying, "You remind me of my car." I still never
Right.
saw, like I was
Shit,
listening.
Luther
I
was
in the
gay.
car.
He
You
singing
remind
the-
me of my Jeep. I
Luther
want to
sung
ride
the
it. I want
men.
to ride my Jeep.
Luther sung the men his whole career. Did we just found? We just found out.
Sir.
How many of y'all looked at it? Luther singing to a
But he
man.
right though. He right.
Which I'm not gonna do is slander
Yeah.
Luther.
And
But
you know, Whitney could, even though it was a remix, she could have been saying she was running to the book of sugar. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? She could have been, you know, I want to run to that book of sugar.
Hey, but yeah, so if I question,
But don't nobody better say nothing bad about Whitney. Don't nobody better say nothing bad about Luther. Don't nobody better say nothing bad about Prince. Don't nobody better say nothing bad about, I done ran out of people.
Teddy P.
But, you know what I'm
Teddy P.
saying? All of that.
Tupac.
But,
Biggie. Listen, no, okay, so, but yeah, if you question anything, so we wrote the documentary, the Just Smollett thing, is like, this person said this happened to them. If you ask any questions, you are now victim shaming. You're blaming
that's some
everybody
bullshit.
but the perpetrator.
That's some bullshit.
No.
Because you don't want to
I'm
want to
trying
re-victimize. No, I'm
I'm trying to
to
understand the whole spectrum
I want some details.
of what is the. I want some details.
That's it.
Who, what, when,
That's
where,
it.
why,
Because
how.
Let me
It's
tell
all
you
this
something.
stuff.
Let me tell you something. I have a father. I have a brother. I have
Got siblings,
cousins.
a
I
family.
would hate for some woman, any woman, to jump up and be like, you.
Right.
He raped me. He did this. He did that. And now my family
And I
members
can't ask
have
questions?
nothing to stand on.
We can't ask questions?
Like, how's that victim blaming? I'm just not understanding.
Because when he, she, it, they, whatever, go to court, if it gets there, all the questions are going to be asked.
But you
So
know who I
can
hear
ask.
that a lot from? The victim shaming? People who were victims, unfortunate victims,
Facts.
of sexual
Abuse.
assault.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But we not talking about you.
Mm-hmm.
We're not talking about
We're not talking
you.
about you.
See, I'm hot. So we going to be back.
Now, one of the services you provide is giving people something to talk about. Let them talk. It makes them happy, makes them feel good. They don't believe half the shit they say. People want to talk. Yeah.
All right. You just watched a 3-minute, 6-minute video about a dog inside.
Miss Lucas, if you're out there, because we heard it happened on Riggs Road in Northeast. Miss Lucas, if you're safe, please phone the line.
Took my notes.
Please phone the line, Miss Lucas. Please.
This is my part of the show here. Look, black people.
First of all, did we finish right?
No, yeah, I'm talking about. That's where I'm going. That's where I'm going. Yeah,
So this
I'm saying this with great pride.
area of Are You a Sheep is why, if I don't see race in everything, am I not woke? First of all, I'm not claiming to be woke, no way. However, why is that the new?
I'm woke from the hours.
Why is that the new guideline, the new rule, the new?
Okay, go ahead.
The new why is that the standard?
Let's cut this shit, people.
Woke is the standard now. If you're not woke, you ain't.
God damn, everything ain't racist. God damn, y'all president's not racist. He's classist.
Okay.
Okay. Wait.
All right.
Abort.
First of all, we didn't know he was gonna say that. That's number one. The president is absolutely
however,
racist.
I
You're
do,
not listening.
I do think he is more classist than racist, though. He's racist.
Yeah.
But
Dave Chappelle told you how to stand up. You ain't saying nothing about what Dave Chappelle
I
said.
do think he's more classist.
Okay,
than
wait,
racist.
go back to Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle say what?
He said, he was talking about white people though. He said white people don't get it. Trump is not racist. He's for me. I'm rich.
He's for him.
Yeah, I'm classy. He said
Absolutely.
he's for me. He said he don't have a color.
And
He's
his
for rich
motives,
people.
and his motives have not changed since taking office.
1986, he won a Nobel Peace. The NAACP award.
I'm sorry.
Who did?
Trump.
Oh,
How can you be racist and win that?
I have.
All the rappers wanted to be like him before he became president. Racist.
he was definitely mentioned in a song or 2 or 3 or 4.
Shit, they were taking a photo. Jay-Z, Snoop, every big rapper had a picture with Trump. But now he racist.
Well, he's definitely not newly racist. We just found out exactly how racist he is.
I don't really think something like that. But
I don't
he's
either.
more up under that Putin thumb more so than anything.
Well, my point is, everything just ain't racist. Everything just ain't racist.
Okay, well, you're gonna have to come up with a better example.
Yeah, well, example, yeah.
Than the president, because he might be classist, but is that?
I'm gonna tell you who is racist though. The people of Chicago.
First of all, you're gonna stop coming for my city.
Shots fired.
Yeah, you're gonna stop it. And where did you get that from?
Huh?
Why do you say
People
that?
of Chicago are racist.
Why'd I say what?
People of Chicago.
Oh, people
are
say already because they trying to hang my man, R. Kelly.
That absolutely does not qualify. We are not gonna. we're not gonna let him do that. No. But so everything. So example.
Let me know what I found.
Come on back, boo. Come on back, because we're gonna get into these examples here. I think I got 1 or 2
Yeah.
I can pull out. For example, if you don't like, there's a
I got it.
to go back. We'll go back 10 years, I guess.
I got reasons there.
Sure, okay.
Meek Mill's
Why are you giving this nigga the flow? That's my question.
Meek Mill's example, and Meek Mill's his thing when he was in prison wasn't racist. Nigga, he violated. Wasn't racism.
Okay, you're gonna have to give people backstories now. You just can't start throwing out like
But
they
the
right
judge-
don't follow
the judge
what
was
you
black.
And the judge
right?
was black. Yeah,
The judge was black.
they said the system was racist. The system.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So for anybody who wasn't on up on Meek Mill, he got like a probation sentence for like 10 years.
Yeah.
And while he was on that probation, he
filmed
was
himself
violated.
doing-
He filmed it was his video, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
filmed himself doing dirt bikes on the
Doing dirt
street,
bikes
which
on
is
the street.
illegal.
And he was
Got into a fight in the
violated.
airport, St. Louis.
He was violated for that.
Jump Safari.
The argument is that
He changed nigga.
the initial charge that got him probation should have never happened. Thus, he wouldn't have been on probation to have violated.
Initial charge was drugs and guns.
Which I understand on one level.
Jail
However,
time.
even if he weren't on probation, if he were riding his dirt bike that day and the police decided to arrest him, he was still wrong.
Exactly.
I don't like any of these examples.
Okay.
I can't.
So with that example, if you weren't
Let me
for
think.
meek,
Let me think.
then you weren't woke because the system was trying to hold the black man down.
Hey, here's another example. I mean, I don't want. We're gonna go into it later, but Jesse's son, that shit ain't racist.
Well, we know that that's not racist because now we know that he lied. But hold that thought.
But they,
So more on if we use the police shootings.
Okay.
I know this is super sensitive for everybody, so
Okay.
I'm a not apologize in advance, but just
disclaimer.
listen.
Fuck your opinion.
These are my thoughts. Every police shooting that involves, and here's the thing. Let me go here first. It's only a race issue if a white officer shoots a black person.
Okay.
If a black officer shoots a white person, nobody talks about race.
Right.
The
Mind
police
you-
do,
Mind you,
and the prosecutors
I will
do.
acknowledge that I'm not going to say, I won't say it happens more frequently. I will say it hits the media more frequently because of the current climate when it's a white officer and a black victim. However, it's not, for one, it's not new. It's not new.
What's not new?
Police officers killing people in general. One, two, white officers killing black people. It's not new. It's heightened. We're extra sensitive in this current climate because of the
cell phones
because
and-
of
Yeah, cell
the
phone,
the
social
technology
media.
that is available to us. So everything becomes, or we, not we, but we,
You.
black people, make everything a race issue. And I'm not saying that that race is never an issue. I am saying that every issue is not a result of a racial issue. Every white officer that has shot a black kid is not racist.
Can you think of an example where something like that happened and your first instinct was, well, not your first instinct, but after listening to the details and the what's the word I'm looking for?
Evidence?
Evidence, thank you.
Okay.
When you over here sniggling, you could have been helping. Okay. Once you heard the evidence, you said to yourself, okay, this is not racial.
Yeah. Liam Nelson.
Ferguson.
Was it racial?
Who? I said police shooting.
Oh, please shoot. Okay.
Swear we gonna hide these beers next week. Swear we are.
Oh.
Can you think of one?
Ferguson.
Who? Okay.
Who got shot at Ferguson?
The kid that got shot in Ferguson.
Walk us walk us through.
I'm gonna get
I got something to
I'm
say.
gonna
but-
get chastised because I don't
Yeah, this
remember his name. I'm sorry. But the kid was
Mike?
shot. It was
What
that sounds right.
Yeah, Mike. That's what his name was.
What was
Mike.
Mike?
It was shot in the
Mike
street
Jones. Who?
in Ferguson. It was not Mike Jones.
It was Mike. Was it Mike?
Yeah, it was Mike though. Mike. Yeah.
It was Mike.
Had
It was
a-
Mike. That
Mike
sounds
Brown,
right.
yeah,
Mike Brown.
Mike Brown.
Mike Brown. That was
Mike
it.
Brown.
There was, once the information came out, which black folks still don't believe as the evidence of what happened. There was, if I remember correctly, there was a report of a kid who had stolen or potentially stolen something from a store. He was walking down the street. I believe he had left a store, maybe not the same store, but left a store. This officer was on patrol, heard the thing over the radio about whatever situation, and saw Michael Brown and approached him as a potential suspect in whatever had just happened. And the sequence of events, I don't know exactly. I believe there was an alleged that he reached for a gun. I probably shouldn't use this example because I don't know all of the specifics to it. However,
Yeah.
the way the information is out, the information that I did get when I followed it, when I let the information develop, did he deserve to die? No. Be shot in the street? No. Left uncovered for hours? No. However, his actions didn't also didn't give the, you know, presumption, for lack of a better word, of I wasn't involved. Because we as black people, as a culture, quote unquote, don't trust police. So if an officer, specifically a white officer, tells you to do something, we are automatically opposed to following the order that was given to us. Mind you, it's a legal order that they have the authority to give. So they're looking up the case for specifics.
Here's the thing, I think. Here's the thing. Oh, R. Kelly just left the studio.
Oh, Lord Jesus. That he did not just leave. He been on the road for 15 minutes.
Oh, okay. I ain't getting, my phone ain't come off. I got the R. Kelly
Google
app.
alert. That R. Kelly Google alert. The R. Kelly app.
Well, nah, so here's the thing. And that's why I don't think it was racist. Not in this case, on a lot of cases. Yeah, it was a white cop shooting a black dude, but they naturally scared of black people.
So okay, wait, say that again.
Brown was walking in the middle of the street when a
And
white
naturally
male
scared of
officer
black people.
pulled up and told
Who's
him
scared
to
of
get the
black
fuck on the sidewalk.
Most white people. So they act in fear.
Well, if you scared of black people, why become a police officer?
I agree. I agree with that.
And so this was the thing. They were walking in the middle of the street. The police asked them to get out the middle of the street. They say, we'll be out the middle of the street in a minute. Our destination right there. Why you can't just get the fuck out of the street? Why we gotta walk in the street? And why the police can't ask you to get out the street? White, black, brown, green, purple, blue.
Right.
Why you can't just get out the street?
I agree with all that, but
Because here is my thing.
when you draw a weapon, you're scared.
In all of these cases, rest in peace to all of those that have been the victim of any kind of police murder death at the hands of a police, whether intentional or not. You know, whether it's Trayvon Martin, Sandra Bland, Mike Brown, whomever. My position is in almost all of these cases, get home. I understand you want to express your rights, you know your rights, not be violated, not be told you can't have freedom of speech or this and that. I absolutely understand all of that. But you can't tell your story if you're not here.
Right.
The only side of the story we get is the persons who are here to tell us.
So
So if the situation goes in a way where you become a victim and loss of life, who's going to tell your story?
Here's a flip to that too. So here's a flip. Not only are they scared of us as a police officer, as white folks, but the flip is us black people, especially the younger black people that among the street life, I would say, they don't like police. So their attitude
It's a culture thing.
is on 100 whenever a police say something to them.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Well, the police be on 10 too now.
Right, I'm not saying, but
Yeah. You know,
And I'm not saying they don't, but who's going to come out on the right side of that at the end of the day?
at the end of the day, you can't sit on the corner and sell drugs anywhere in America. You know what I'm saying? So the police tell you to get off the corner. It shouldn't be fuck 12.
You get off the
Yeah,
corner.
get off the corner.
You go back in an hour, he gonna be gone.
Yeah.
That's how you feel about
But when you say when you say that, now you didn't escalate the situation. Now they get out of the car.
I see what you're saying. However, you know, as far as Mike Brown is concerned, you know, I'm really not seeing anything. I guess the racial portion comes in that the punishment doesn't fit the crime. So if
Who's
we're talking,
punishment and who's crime?
well, the punishment was he's no longer
His
here.
death? Okay.
And the crime, whether we're talking about getting out the street, whether we're talking about stealing black and males, whether we're talking about having a verbal dispute with a police officer, none of those things, even at its, you know, the highest level of festivity, results in
Should result in death. Absolutely.
in death. And I
agree
think
with that.
where people were thinking that it was racially charged is, I think what happens is a lot of these, it's almost like these officers, I don't want to say are being trained, But that's almost what it looks like. Like they're almost being trained to shoot first and then just kind of deal with the consequences afterwards. And if that's the case, then that is absolutely racially charged.
So, but I don't see.
No.
I don't believe that narrative.
No,
I don't think that that's the case. But at the end of the day, they are putting themselves in the line of fire, whether there's actual gunfire or not. The minute they walk out their door, the minute they clock in at the police station, they're putting themselves in the line of fire. So if I have to choose between my life and yours, I'm probably going to choose mine.
So if it's not racially motivated, why is it that white people can seem to be much more calm and more white people appear to be able to do the exact same shit that black people are doing, but they get to make it home?
I think that
what happens then?
I don't know. I don't have an answer to that, but
what
I think that there are oftentimes
we've all seen video footage where a police officer will tell a white person to do whatever, put your hands on the car, do whatever, and they'll have the same reaction. Fuck you, I'm not gonna do this, I'm not gonna do that, and they're able to do
back to my son. They're naturally scared of black people. A white person don't feel them. They not feel a white person.
I don't know if that's the case. I don't know if that's necessarily the case. It's possible, but I don't know if that's necessarily the case.
I do agree with
but
that portion.
I think it's more. I don't think that it's that all white people are being taken into custody without harm. I think that those are the ones that we see. Just like there are plenty of black people getting into confrontations with police and not dying, but we don't see those because it keeps the narrative where it is, that everything is racial. Right. Black people are getting into conversations with white police every day. I promise, every day.
I got stories.
It's just not on the internet. It's just not going viral.
I gotta have a story.
Because it doesn't matter if we survive. It's only an issue. We only need to act crazy or act a fool and make noise and protest if somebody dies.
I got stopped like 8 years ago, like 2010. I got stopped on Greenbelt Road by Greenbelt Police. 3 of them surrounding me. I was with my man Diddy. Diddy, if you've seen this, you remember this because you always bring it up. I was with my man Diddy. We got stopped. I had an open bottle of wine in my car. They stopped me. Illegal, yeah. They stopped me, pulled me out the car.
What you mean pulled you out the car?
Not pulled me physically, but asked me to step out. I stepped out. And not only did I have that open bottle of wine, but me and Diddy had been coming from the bar and drinking. So I was kind of tipsy. So I was kind of angry. And I called them everything in the book. Cussed them out, everything. Even lied to them, told my father was on the police board, all this. But I did everything to get locked up.
Shout out to Wing Daddy.
And they didn't lock me up.
Out here acting a whole fool.
They did not.
Nope. They let me go.
And that was
visible.
They pulled out my bottle and said, "Go ahead, sir."
Black officer, white officer.
It was white.
White officer. And this was the other thing I was getting
probably had a lot to do with the my dad's on the force thing.
This was probably, and this was the flip to what I was saying too. As much as there are as many interactions with white officers and black people that we don't see, there are probably as many instances of black officers and black, with black citizens happening, but we don't see those because it's not an issue what happens between us. It's only an issue what happens between us and them.
And then I've heard this too. I got black police friends.
It's predominantly, you go wards 6, 7, 8. It's mostly black officers and mostly black citizens. You think they're not getting into confrontations every day? They are. They just aren't being recorded and put on the news.
I got black.
Because we only care if it's a white officer and a black victim.
Right.
That's what we want to record. We want to record the racial issues
for the record,
and make
I do
them
recognize that every situation where there's a white officer and a black suspect or victim, that I do recognize that it's not always racially motivated. But I think of the ones that have made it to the news, I do think the majority of them are racially motivated. The guy that was in Walmart that was walking around with the rifle that he was trying to purchase, I'm sorry, I feel like that was racially motivated. Now, you're in a store where they sell these BB guns or whatever he was trying to purchase, and it was definitely racially motivated. Whoever called the police, the person that called the police.
Because
that
they
was
said it's a black man walking around
right.
with a gun.
That was racially motivated, I think. And then for them to come in and don't even bother to try to see what the issue is, and then just come in and shoot first in a store at that.
So here's
I
the
think
thing.
that's yes. I mean, we could say it has to do with the fear, but I also think that this is just a situation where it's like they just felt really cool about saying, okay, well, this
Here's
is
the thing.
another
Here's
black person.
here's a part
And
of
then that's it.
here's a part of a lot of these situations that people don't consider, don't think about, it never even crosses their mind. And I can say this because I currently work in a law firm, and there's a current case. I won't go into specifics, but there is a
Do y'all handle tickets?
no, there is a process. You know, there are things that happen. So, like you're saying, the phone call may have been racially motivated. However, when you call the police, they ask you the race of the person you're reporting. So if I just decide to tell you it's a black man with a gun, you can't assume I'm being racist. I'm identifying because I know you need to identify the person that you're looking
I
for.
assume that they racist.
And you can, but I'm just saying,
You know,
if you just say it's a
Because
man
it's-
walking around with a gun, the 911 operator is going to ask you what is their race.
They're
Are they black, white, or
scared.
Hispanic?
They're scared.
They're going to ask you, so you're going to have to say it anyway. So if you say it first, you're racist. If you wait until they ask, you know, it's a lose-lose. Fast
They're scared.
forward to when the police get to the scene of anything, they've been given us whatever information. You don't know what that information is.
In line, I'm sure it was. Well, first
Flip.
of all, he
You
shouldn't have been
think
able.
the Unabomber was
Flip,
super?
flip,
The
flip.
Unabomber was just standing there with a trench coat. Now,
Flip.
mind you, it's the middle of summer. That's different. But I'm just saying.
Who knows when like he's
Flip the
just
script.
around with trench
Flip the
coats.
script, though. Flip the script.
People need to watch
Flip the
out.
script.
But hold on, wait a minute. Before you go there, all
Okay.
that all
I
that
mean, what about flipping?
all that to say, the information that the police are oftentimes going to the scene of whatever based on the information they've been given.
Right.
And that information may lead them to respond in a certain way. Because you don't know what information they've been given. It could have been wrong information. And that'll then come out. But they can only go with what they know. And if you call the police and tell them there's a man walking around Walmart with a gun, they coming in ready to fire. Period. Black, white, blue, purple, green. They coming in ready to fire.
Right.
Because that's the information that they got. That there's a man walking around the Walmart with a
And the
rifle.
person who called was scared.
And the person that called was scared.
You flip the script as a white man walking around, you know what we're going to do? He might not come over with that bullshit. Because we ain't
Because
scared.
we don't get scared.
Yeah.
But we can't say that every fear is racially motivated. It could just be fear.
Yeah.
I will. Okay.
It could
so
just be fear.
I see a white man
Because
walking around.
the flip is, I might see a white man in a trench in Walmart on a 70-degree July day or 80-degree July day, and I'm gonna be racist. But it's gonna be okay for me to be racist, but they can't be racist. I'm just saying.
That's some other points.
So that just goes to
it's ridiculous. Like the lady called
which was the
called the police.
I'm gonna have a lot to say as soon as we stop airing. I
On the
can't
black
take
kids.
when people hollering at me. You know what I'm saying?
ain't nobody hollering at you,
So, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have a lot to
I didn't
say.
mean to holler. I was just
I'm gonna have
saying.
a lot to say
I'm
when
just
this show
saying.
go off. But you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it be like, okay, what's
But
going
yeah,
on
so
right
all
now?
that to say, if I don't automatically, if I don't automatically see the racial connotation in a situation, then I'm not woke. And I don't think that it's fair to.
Now I do agree with
to
that.
do that.
I do think that
that was-
regardless of
that's the
all
conversation.
whatever we're talking about,
Yeah.
I do think that it is very.
Come on, some shirts. FYO, are you sleep? I'm sick of it.
Wait, you can't just be putting an idea out there though on the air. We got to say those. Mr. Creative.
But no, I do think that if in situations like those where, like, I'm listening to her and I don't necessarily agree with everything that she's saying, but I'm not. My first thought isn't to be like, oh well, she ain't woke, or she's against us as a people, and she's siding with the man, and like I don't think that. I just think that we just have two different
Opinions.
I'm a free thinker.
Right. So I do think that is after it was all said and done. I do think it's very, very tacky and very like closed-minded when people just assume like because you're different, you have a different thought than what I'm thinking. Then, especially in a situation like, concerning this topic, now she's not woke, or she's not really a true black person, or how could she not see the same thing I'm saying?
How could you not understand that? Victim.
The only thing that's happening is I just now know her viewpoint. That's it.
That's it.
So, okay.
Yeah, so get out my DMs with all that bull.
We'll be right back with that hot shit, y'all.
We'll be back.
Yeah, get out my DMs.
Not listening to this at all. All right.
Now, one of the services you provide is giving people something to talk about. Let them talk. It makes them happy. It makes them feel good. They don't believe half the shit they say. People want to talk. Yeah. It's fun.
Hot shit.
Gotta refill my drink for this one.
And
I'm still drinking water.
Because he about to go off on y'all.
As of February 22nd, 2019, they took down every robber today. Robert Kraft, Robert Kelly, Robert
Don't
Townsend.
you say it? I knew you was going to listen. Robert Townsend has not done a
He
thing.
has
You will not do
Listen, don't be over here putting out.
You will not
Right,
say
right.
Robert Townsend's
The
name.
only person y'all left out was Robert Griffin, the
He
third.
He letting them take
RG3.
5 heartbeats to the
Right.
Broadway. We're not gonna do that to Robert
Heartbeats ain't
Townsend.
do nothing to him.
But yeah, so
Shit, they getting other. They racking up all innocent people.
Everybody's
Okay,
been
do nothing.
indicted.
Wait a minute, sir.
when y'all write y'all comments underneath this video, you go after
and
him
Yee have
directly.
nothing
okay?
to do with
Yee
this.
is not But yeah. So today we film in advance, y'all know. So today indictments came down for R.
The
Kelly.
king of R&B.
10 indictments.
Tails.
I believe there are 4 victims, 4 new victims.
Mr. Bum and Crime.
As a result of new tapes, new VHS tapes. We just hold on to VHS tapes.
Yeah.
And we keeping them in the closet for the day
That's fishy.
we can bring them out
Who owns a VHS in 2019?
and share them. So
Raise your hand.
today R. Kelly was indicted,
My
and
grandma
then
had VHS.
See, we on DVD.
in similarly criminal
My aunt
fashion,
still keeps all her
Robert
episodes
Kraft,
of Young and the Restless on
owner of the
there.
New England Patriots, was
out there.
arrested, or was he arrested or just
Yeah,
charged
he's a gigolo.
for criminal solicitation?
Do you see how he merged both of them in there?
Hey, Robert Kraft's a
I
gigolo.
can't even put my drink down with this one.
Oh my god.
Okay, so R. Kelly, are these 4 victims new victims? Are they separate from the documentary? Do we know?
We don't know. Ain't
Are they not in? I'm assuming they're not in the documentary. I know that the first videotape. There's now 2 tapes. The first tape about a week or so ago, was he and the female. Because I don't know if it's a girl or a woman. He and the female in the video.
Oh, man.
The 2 people in the video of opposite sex are referring to her genitalia as 14-year-old pussy. Now,
What? Whoa.
this is me being objective, not knowing one way or the other, having not seen the video. You know how like women call men daddy, and you say all kinds of things in the bed.
Right.
Could it not have been a nickname?
What's the
'Cause
nickname?
Everybody's presuming that the reference to 14-year-old pussy was her actually being 14.
Yeah, it could have been a
I feel like it
could
could
have been a
have been.
timetable. They might
I feel
have
like
been
it could have
from 14 years.
It could have been 14 years. But like, I've been hitting this for 14 years. This is my 14-year-old pussy. Like, I'm just, Lord, you gonna get us both in trouble. Listen. I'm just saying. So all that to say, that was the first video, which apparently was.
Because who does that? If he did that,
That's what was
like,
weird
who
to me.
does
Like,
that?
who would be?
If he did that,
why would you say that?
he needs to go down.
And
Who does
legitimately
that?
incriminate, like purposely incriminate yourself on tape. Of course, you don't know that the tape is going to get out, but in the event that it does,
Okay. I've been resting all day. Can we? What are y'all talking about?
I just said it.
was eating Skittles.
It was eating
I didn't
All right.
hear something about
Rewind,
14-year-old.
real quick.
You know, I'm a teacher. I don't know if I should be listening
On
to
the
14-year-old pussy
with
now.
the newest indictment, or
Okay.
not the newest, the current indictment is a result of 2 tapes that have been given to the police.
Okay.
The first of which was given to the police by a former R. Kelly employee, staff member, colleague, whatever, that shows a man and a woman, or a male and a female, having sex and referring to her genitalia as 14-year-old pussy. The exact language, I don't know because I haven't seen the video. I have no interest in seeing the video.
Right.
But that statement of 14-year-old pussy is automatically being assigned as her age.
Yeah.
Saying that it's a 14-year-old's pussy. And we're saying with nicknames and, you develop a relationship or rapport with whoever you're sleeping with, that could have been a reference to anything, not necessarily her age.
It could have been. But can we just do a pause for the cause real quick? I don't know. Let me just think of all the stuff that could have been yelled down.
Of all the nicknames we could say. And apparently he and she were both saying this, which is what makes it more weird.
Right. That's just weird to me. Like, who does that?
Like, I don't have a 14-year-old referring to her genitalia as anything.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Not to say that it can't happen, just saying it
I don't
doesn't
have any woman
necessarily ring true.
Yeah, hit this 38-year-old. I just don't hit it.
You just don't reference it that way. If anything, you might say, this shit tight like a baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not something
Whoa!
I say. It's something. It's something.
Wait a minute! I don't know if I want to sit next to you.
In conversation, men have said.
What conversation you be having?
Men be talking about how they want that thing to be tight. Like a baby. I'm just saying.
What?
I'm just
Oh my gosh!
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I am nuts.
Why you think they always be
Listen,
wanting to Why you think they always
Oh,
be wanting to get that anal action? That's a special kind of tight. So all I'm saying. Wait.
Tight like a baby? We doing anal? Like, what is happening right
Abort
now?
conversations. Okay, abort. We're gonna start over. Rewind. We're gonna back up. Okay.
No, I don't want to go back. No.
We're gonna start over and redirect the conversation.
Oh my God.
So, I'm just saying, if a man is going to reference, which to me the 14-year-old pussy has to be a reference to the tightness of it. Has to be a reference to the tightness of it. It doesn't necessarily mean that's her age. That's all I'm saying. Okay. That's all I'm saying. So,
I do think that regardless of whatever the hell they talking about, I do think that that's a little weird.
It absolutely.
Like,
Yeah, it's just weird.
It's specifically weird to
let me-
refer
let me-
to
let
her
me
genitalia
think.
that
Let me
way.
think. Okay, this is yours.
You know, she might even got a name. She might got 7
I'm
names.
think of like all the.
She be kitty cat. She be meow. She be purring. She might be a tiger. She might, a whole bunch of things. But 14-year-old, like that's very specific, right?
Yeah, that's
it's
crazy.
it's a very specific statement. It's almost like we gonna say this shit because we know somebody recording and ain't supposed to be recording. I'm just saying.
I got other questions.
Oh Lord.
No.
Who leaked the tape? And why are you recording?
But and then that goes to the why now thing, like you've had this
Yeah,
tape. This
and-
tape is from 1998 allegedly. Or
Here's my biggest question.
From
1998-ish.
1998.
1998, yeah.
I believe it's 98.
And this is my biggest question. Is it really R. Kelly on the tape?
And the new accuser, one of the new accusers, I heard a little bit of her statement from her press conference, and it was they were from Baltimore. Me and my friend, and we went to the R. Kelly concert, and then we bought the VIP tickets, and we were at the after party. And while we were at the after party, he looked at us, or he whispered to us and told us, or sent somebody to tell us to go back to the hotel. So we go to the hotel, and while we were in there, they told us to pull our dress up, and he would be in here in a minute, and the man had a walkie-talkie. So we pulled our dress up because I was high off of weed and drinking. So I did what I was told, and he came in with his penis already out, hanging outside his pants. And like it was a whole
What?
recollection of a whole sequence of events that she ran down 20 years later. They were 15 and 16 at the time. Now, I'm not saying
She waited 20 years.
that something didn't happen. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is I got questions.
Yeah, why now? What about us?
What about what?
What about?
So that's the story's still developing. We gonna move on. This is a developing story. Again, if you heard when we mentioned a minute ago, he was like would you say something about him moving or him driving? They got cameras following him, of course, now. So
they
he's
had
on his
cameras
way to turn himself in, I guess.
out his studio for the last 3 weeks. That's harassment.
But yeah, they showed a caravan of vehicles moving. So apparently they're following him to wherever he's headed, maybe to turn himself in to face these charges or what have you. But we will keep y'all updated as minimally as possible without having to divulge into this every week.
Shit to do with this. They gonna keep you updated.
Also today, where I was headed, Robert Kraft,
What's going on in Chicago?
owner of the New England Patriots, was arrested in a prostitution sting.
He's also the owner of.
In charge with he owns another team.
No, he owns Kraft Cheese.
Oh yeah,
Is that
Heir to that.
true? Because I know how you
I
get.
think
No, that's
he's
true.
I think he was the heir to it.
Yeah.
Like not originally, but yeah, the current
Yeah, he's a
heir.
billionaire.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
He throwing that cheese.
You know what? We always leave the door open for him.
You always leave the door open.
for him. He found a way.
Was arrested today,
Yeah, tip drilling.
and yeah, it's crazy. So I don't have a whole lot to say about that. If you participate in certain activities, you eventually will get.
What was explain the sting? Like how
They haven't. I haven't
say-
seen any specifics.
He's a billionaire, and they say
I haven't seen any specifics.
he's not the highest name.
He's not the high. Yeah,
in
I
the
did
state.
hear that. He is not the
I'm hearing
biggest
Jerry Jones
fish,
was in there.
sir. You ain't hear that.
I did.
No, you didn't.
he over here just name him up.
I can't
I
trust
had
him.
heard that.
I don't know whether he
Oprah
heard
was
or not
Yeah.
because
I had
just
heard that.
he just throws shit out. So I don't know whether he heard that or not.
I
However,
did.
I did not hear that,
I did.
but I did hear that he was not the the richest person on that list. Like he was
Right.
not
They say-
like there are several big wigs on that list, and he was not near the top of the biggest.
Yeah.
So
They say Kale's one in there though.
another development story. So the Robert K's were
Yeah.
it was not a good day for them. February 22nd, 2019. Last on this hot shit list is
we ain't talking about Robert Townsend.
Go to
sir.
bed.
We're going to get into a little celebrity. Well, I guess this is all celebrity shit, but back in the news is Mr. Tristan Thompson.
I'm lost about this.
No, you're not.
You're not lost.
You're not lost.
I really
What's
don't-
Tristan Thompson's story?
I don't know. I know you play with a clean guy. What is?
That's it. That's all you got.
That's all I know. I know
So
she-
he's
Tristan
married to-
Thompson.
to
He
Chloe.
is not married.
Oh.
He is father to her child. Beautiful True is such a cute little baby. She's about 10 months now, something like that. However, he's back in the news, not for his exemplary basketball skills, but for doing his second favorite thing, which is being involved with women that are not Chloe.
I have zero sympathy.
Pick a woman, any woman. No sympathy for Chloe at this point.
I mean, she been through this. She did this when she was pregnant with old girl. With the little girl.
Listen. When people show you who they are,
And
believe
she's too
them.
old for this. Like, if she was like...
She's too old for
Kylie-
this. And I hate to say it, but got too
Kylie
much
and-
damn money.
Yeah,
old for
if
what?
she was Kylie and...
Too old
Okay,
to be
let's chill a minute.
to be
Yeah, please.
taking a cheating Negro back over and over again. Who's
Okay,
repeatedly
so...
cheating and disrespecting on you publicly
But aside from him
without a care in the
cheating,
world.
he cheated with...
His sister's best friend.
Not his sister.
Her sister's best friend.
sister's best friend. So, what's...
Kylie.
That's the one with the deflated lips.
I don't know which one is
one-
which. I don't know which one does what.
Was it Kylie and
Kendall.
Kendall? Kendall is the model.
Okay.
Kylie is the one that has
With the
baby
makeup
with-
line?
Yes.
And the baby with
Okay.
Travis Scott. Okay.
Okay. So her best friend and
Jordan and Tristan apparently
and
hooked up
Yes.
while he was in California visiting Chloe True,
It was true.
the baby.
The
True.
baby.
They named her True. That is not the point. Listen, focus.
Yeah, but
Because after the cheating scandal came out when she was pregnant, just before giving birth, she gave birth. She moved back to LA.
Whose side is this, Chloe?
She's been in LA. Whose side is what?
Who's leaking this, Chloe?
Who's leaking what?
Yeah, the story. Like, whose story?
I don't know.
TMZ.
TMZ. They didn't say this. It's official.
Yeah.
He said it's official.
It's official. If it's on TMC, it's true.
So here's the thing. Carmen is a motherfucker.
So listen, he's been caught on camera.
Karma for who though? Because
I don't say every time, but
she
he's
did
been
to
caught
Lamar
on.
Odom. That's when James Harden got married.
Whoa. Okay, so
yeah, karma.
we're gonna do this.
what?
We're gonna do this.
Wait a minute.
We're gonna do this. They were very much separated. Now I do acknowledge that separated is still married.
They're still married.
I do acknowledge that.
And he was laying on his deathbed.
However,
Who is he?
Who put him there? Who put him there? Oh, all right. What we not gonna,
how was she
what we not gonna do?
Oh
is
my
have sympathy.
Like what are we?
What we not
Like
do that.
what was she supposed to do if he all drugged out? Like what's she supposed to do?
Ain't nobody told him to go to the bunny ranch.
Help him.
Ain't nobody told him
That
to go
was
to the
too
bunny
much.
ranch. Nope.
Get off of it. Support him. Support.
Nope.
I believe she did that for a little while.
She did that
She
for.
supported him.
She did
right
that.
at the Houston Rockets game.
She did that the course of her marriage.
Yeah,
She did at the
she
course of her
courtside
marriage.
with James Harden all that time.
You know what? So basically, what you're saying is you don't have this
No
is her
sympathy.
payback,
Yeah.
but you don't have any sympathy for her because you feel like this is.
First of
her.
all, you should never went from James Harden to Tristan Thompson anyway. He went from a star to a role player.
Facts. However, being together is not about who has star power. Okay? Who you like and who you love is who you like and who you love.
I'm
It
just
should
really
not be
trying
about
to figure
star
out. I mean, now don't get me wrong. I know when two people feel like they want to get it in, they gonna make it happen.
power.
But I'm really trying to figure out what kind of looks they was giving each other that it got here.
Tristan and
because Jordan,
Tristan and Jordan?
yes, Jordan was living in Kylie's guest house, if I'm not
I
mistaken.
gotta find out who the fuck Jordan is.
I'm surprised.
So
You wanna
it's
see
just
what she
like,
looks
Who's
That's
this
what you
Jordan?
wanna
Michael Jordan?
Jordyn.
sir.
D.
YN.
Oh, she famous now. Huh?
Did she come up?
She famous. Now you just Google her by her first name.
And she
popping
was
up. Jordan Woods. She look like Black China.
I said that too. I said that she favors Black China.
okay. Got matching front. Okay, so
Here's the thing. How old is Jordan? Because they best friends.
Callie age. She's Callie's age.
So what's that?
20, early 20s? Yeah.
Oh, I say Tristan, you want that R. Kelly too? Would have been another story.
Shantae.
I'm
Shantae.
I'm over here.
Rope him in.
I'm over here.
Come on, we gotta come back.
Yeah, we gotta ask nowadays. How old are these people?
We gotta come back.
Yeah, 'cause
She is of legal age, and apparently they had a romping. So the story, or I think women are just like not your best friend's sister.
Okay, here's
Not
my
your best
question:
friend's
Is there
sister.
any? So I asked this
So
question:
where's
Is there any loyalty between Jordan and Chloe, considering that she is?
Yeah, and is Callie still friends?
She's Kylie's friend.
She's Kylie's friend. So where does the loyalty
and
lie?
she's younger. It's like, for those of you that have older sisters and brothers, you know your older sister and brother's friends.
I don't think she
but
knew,
you
though.
ain't really.
You don't think who knew what?
Callie kind of knew.
Couldn't have known what.
You don't
sir?
think Callie knew that Jordan slept with Tristan?
Probably after the fact.
Oh yeah, I don't think Jordan was
I'm
plotting
just really
on
trying
Tristan.
to figure out
I don't
what
think that was what
type
happened.
of note did they fold.
I got the
up?
question, Tristan. This is the million dollar
How
question.
did they connect
How
directly?
did they connect?
Instagram. Slid up in them
Tristan,
DMs.
did you yell out?
Chloe's name. I'm
No.
fucking-
Did you yell out? How you like that 21-year-old? That's a thing nowadays. Put an age on it. Put an age on it. That's the thing nowadays. Put an age on it.
Meet me under the table, Shantae.
She said, "Meet her under the table."
Yeah.
I'm over here. She said, "Meet him under the table."
him therapy. I promise y'all, we gonna get him some therapy.
This is.
We gonna learn how to control his Tourette's.
To do with this. Oh my god.
He just be spitting stuff
I have
out.
Nothing.
People want to know.
But yeah, so where does the loyalty lie? So is the loyalty, was it on Jordan as Kylie's friend, like knowing, because it's not like these are no name people.
Well,
These are
I will
celebrities.
say this. Do I think that there's a loyalty between Jordan and
Kylie?
not Kylie.
Chloe.
Do I think that there's a loyalty between them? No, I do not. What I will say is, if your best friend, Kylie, is putting you up, like she's made you the face of her makeup line, and she has provided you with housing, I think that that's enough that you should just stay out.
Anybody's.
You know what I'm saying? Like
all the sisters, the cousins,
all the
brothers,
basketball players
that
she could have chose.
She slid in Tristan then.
We don't
We
know.
don't
who
know.
slid
We
in
don't
those
know.
DMs.
We don't know.
We just
But
wanna
I'm just
make
saying,
connected.
do I think that there's a friendship or loyalty between Chloe and Jordan? No,
But
I do not.
they're unspoken rules.
There are unspoken rules, but I think the first rule is don't bite the
doesn't like a
hands
brown-skinned China.
that feeds you. I mean, if being
Listen,
Kylie's friend came with perks and benefits, she flying you all around.
Here's the thing.
You're
We've
Instagram
watched-
famous.
We
You're,
watched
you know,
Kylie and Kendall and the whole Kardashian clan since Kylie and Kendall were like 12, 13. They've been doing that show like almost 10 years, if not 10 years. So I ain't never seen Jordan. Did I watch all the episodes of Keeping Up with the Kardashians? No. But I ain't seen Jordan. Now, they may have become friends at 18, 19. Does that mean they can't be best friends now? No. Does that mean that Jordan is an opportunist? Possibly.
Let me say, from a male's point of view, hey, Jordan don't look half bad. Tristan, I don't blame you.
She has made a name for herself as
I don't blame
the
you.
best friend and can use that and the scandal to, for opportunities.
They got a
Do
show
I think
together?
that's what she's doing? I don't know.
They got a show together?
No.
They said, yeah.
Who said?
She the co-star of The Life with Kylie or something. Yeah, The Life with Kylie star.
The future remains uncertain for the life of Kylie stars who shared affairs bond per hour. That maybe that was something in the works. I haven't heard. I also don't follow Kylie, so I wouldn't know.
Hey.
All that to say,
Hey, Kyle, I got some advice for you. Well, yeah, some advice for you.
you got advice for who?
Kylie Jenner.
Jenner.
Oh.
Okay, why would you have advice for Kylie?
Yeah,
Because she messed with Tiger and beat.
Kylie does not mess with Tiger.
Well, they was all, messing around with
Don't mess
everybody.
Tiger.
Everybody was
Which
messing
one?
around with everybody.
Since she had her baby with Travis.
Oh, Travis, what I meant. I can't. All you niggas look alike. But,
What?
But,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm not listening.
They on opposite spectrums of the skin tone.
Yeah, weird.
So, like I was saying, I don't think that there's a tie between Jordan and Chloe.
It's not.
But I do think that, if anything,
Have some class.
well, I put it to you like this: if it was going to turn into something spectacular, then it's just like spectacular, like. They run off into the sunset together. They get married on top of a mountain and ain't nobody invited. That type of stuff. Like they didn't have kids and they can go on about their business and say, hey, we were obviously supposed to be together. But if this is just so that you can see what your friend's sister's baby daddy's dick was.
Show me what y'all working with.
Then, then that was stupid. Simply because, from my understanding, Kylie was flying this chick around. She had made her,
I mean, she probably takes her best friend where she goes.
She had
She
put
can help
her
her with
with
the baby.
housing. She was definitely
When
doing
Travis can't
something
be
with the makeup line. So it's like,
Yeah,
why
she's
would
definitely
you
one of
want
her
to?
she's one of the faces
so
with her.
why
Yeah.
would you
jeopardize that? risk all of that?
jeopardize that for?
Like I said, because at this point she's gotten enough.
Hold on, man. Hold on.
Gotten enough attention that she can use that to do her own thing at this point.
Yeah, but hold
But
on,
the
hold on.
bottom line is this.
Tristan got a $90 million contract.
And
but he ain't talking
He's the
about
only person
sharing
with a,
man.
he's the only person with a contract.
With Jordan.
1, 2. If anything, Jordan, here's what would have been my advice to you. Is he off limits while they're together, if you will? I mean, what you do is your business. Everybody's grown. I don't understand how all y'all keep getting caught. Like, why y'all keep getting caught? You got to choose better. Tristan stay getting caught. That's not the guy you mess with because he's always getting caught.
Right. He clearly don't know how to cheat.
He don't know how to cheat quietly.
Not that I have any.
He don't know how to cheat quietly. Not that
ain't
cheating
about
should
that.
be quiet. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
if you gonna do it,
Yeah, clearly he's
do
not
it with
the person
somebody who
to-
So
knows
what's the-
how to go under the
What's the end
radar.
result? They back together?
Allegedly,
Chloe
she
said
is
she's
done. Allegedly, she's done. All the family has unfriended
see.
Tristan and Callie. Tristan and Jordan on all social media. So you know that means the ties is really over. When you get unfriended on Instagram by a Kardashian, you over.
I guess.
You over.
So how did this come out though?
TMZ, we just told you
No,
that.
but how did they get caught? Did they say how they get caught?
What do you mean?
Like, how did it come out
Yeah.
to
Did
get
they
to
get caught in
TMZ?
Right.
Oh, I
that
know.
they
I
even
haven't
did it?
actually read any stories because just the hairline was like, oh, Tristan again. Okay, they were probably
Goddamn notes again.
they were probably caught on camera because that's what Tristan does. He gets caught on camera. Balled up my notes.
I'm
He
not
wasted my paper.
I'm not listening.
That was the hot shit, y'all.
Okay.
Yeah.
See y'all next week.
Yes.
Jordan,
Bye.
come on the show, explain yourself.
Girls are popping.
Now, one of the services you provide is giving people something to talk about. Let them talk. It makes them happy, it makes them feel good. They don't believe half the shit they say. People want to talk. Yeah.